Hello, and welcome to today's episode. We're talking about how to unlock your full potential in your career and ways in which you can stop wasting your time. And we know that we only have 24 hours during the day. And when it comes to advancing in your career, the answer is not always in working harder, but it's actually in working smarter and making wiser use of your time. And today I'm going to give you some practical application of how you can actually do that in your life. So sit back and let's dig in. So how can we actually break free from this cycle of overworking, underperforming, wasting our time on tasks that are not important, and realizing at the end of the day that, oh my goodness, the day has gone by and I've not done enough of the things that are important. I've probably done some of the things that were not important. The first thing is setting clear goals. These goals not only need to be clear, but they also need to be actionable. So say you have a goal that you want to achieve right now in your career when it comes to how you want to advance and grow, or when it comes to an important team project that you're working on. Setting a clear, actionable goal is going to give you clarity. It's going to enable you to focus on the task at hand and identify the key things that need to be done whilst eliminating the unimportant tasks that do not need doing. When you have a clear goal, it also enables you to break it down into smaller, actionable steps, and then you can have a system in place where you're working on a few steps each week or every day, and before you know it, you've actually achieved your goal. The second thing is to prioritize and delegate. It's important for you to identify what is the most important task that I need to do and actually block out the time for you to do that important task. And the other thing is delegation. Delegating is not a sign of weakness. Ask yourself, am I the one who actually needs to complete this task? If you're not the one that needs to complete that task, then definitely delegate that task to somebody else. The third thing is to optimize your workflow using productivity tools that actually work for you. Some people use countdown timers, so they work in 45-minute blocks, and then after 45 minutes, the timer goes off. They have to stand up, exercise, walk around for 10 minutes before they get back into it. So optimize your workflow. I know for me, I'm a morning person, so I prefer to get as much as I can done as soon as I wake up in the morning, because I know that that is when I am most productive. Some people are night owls, so then you will prioritize or optimize your workflow in such a day that enables you to get key tasks done in the evening when you know you are at your peak performance. Tools that you can use to optimize your workflow, apart from the countdown timer, can be a calendar. You can have a physical planner to go with it, because some people prefer to write things down. A technique that has been working for me recently is the bullet journal. Once I have used it for long enough, then I'll let you guys know how I've gone with it. But I'm all about exploring new techniques that are easier, better, faster. The fourth thing is to minimize distractions. This might even mean having a dedicated workspace so that when you're sitting in that workspace, your mind knows that it's time to concentrate. It might also involve setting boundaries with colleagues so that they know that, okay, they can't just keep on passing by your desk and chit-chatting with you every 10, 20 minutes, because some people really love to chat. And I'm not against chatting, but when you want to be productive and you have a difficult task that you're concentrating on that needs to get done, then it's important for your colleagues to have those boundaries for you to have those boundaries in place with your colleagues in such a way that it minimizes distractions. You might also have set time for breaks so that you know what, I'm just gonna go hard, concentrate, and then after this I will have a break. And I have a quick question for you. In what can you do right now? How can can you adjust your environment to minimize distractions for yourself when it comes to your workplace? Next thing is to enhance your skills. I would think about sharpening the knife here. When you're trying to cut something, you can have the effort by sharpening the knife instead of using a blunt knife. And that is the same when it comes to your skill set. You need to constantly improve in order for you to save time, become better, be more productive, and in order for you to achieve that task in a shorter time frame. So maybe there might be events that are industry specific for you that you can attend. Nowadays, there's so many free webinars that are offered by professional bodies. You can keep an eye out for those kind of events, or even on LinkedIn, they have lots of free training that enables you to sharpen your skills. So I want you to look around yourself right now and think of ways that you can actually enhance your skills in the workplace. What can you do? Even if it's a paid conference, if you can make a case to your management, your team, to pay for you to attend that event. The last thing is cultivating a healthy work-life integration. I know for most people, the idea of balance is just off the table. So I use the term integration nowadays. So how can you have boundaries in place between your personal life and work life in a way that enables you to rest well when you're resting and to work well when you're working? And the thing with people that overwork, burnout, is that usually they don't have a clear distinction between the two, so they don't have boundaries between work and their personal life. As a result, their tank runs empty and they get to a point where now it's like tires screeching, rubber on rubber, and it just creates a scenario where you end up giving up, quitting, leaving your career, needing a career break, which has been part of my past experience myself, and that is why I talk a lot about this. So in your life, how can you have healthy boundaries for rest in a way that your work is not interfering with your personal life and relationships? As we all know, I know that it's important to advance in our career, but more than anything, it's more important to have healthy relationships that are nurturing us. It's more important to have that time to rest. It's more important to maintain our bodies in a way that we are not running ourselves into the ground or wearing ourselves out. So becoming a top performer without bending yourself into the ground is definitely achievable if you implement this time management and productivity tools and strategies that I was just discussing with you. And I'd love to know in the comments, when it comes to you, how do you actually achieve tasks? How are you productive without cutting into your personal life? How do you manage to maintain that integration between your work life and your personal life? I would love to know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next episode.